Clarkson! Welcome in to the Bro Force Squad podcast. This is episode 51. Thank you guys for checking us out. We are just a bunch of bros drinking beer and talking movies. I am your host.
I'm drinking wine.
I thought you said that was grape juice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, grape juice. I don't drink
Son
alcohol.
of a bitch. Well, I am your host, Jeff Hornacek. Before we get started, let's go around and meet the fellow bros. We go first to the mad scientist, Brian Banner. Banner, I got a package in the mail from you that said don't open until Christmas, but it smelled a lot like a box of human shit. What is this?
Well, maybe you're just going to have to find out at Christmas time. It may or may not be cupcakes. I don't know.
I'm going to go with not. And next, we go to our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, who you just heard, who is actually representing my ex-wife, Rachel, in my divorce trial at the moment. Cycli, who's this guy, Derek, that I keep seeing pictures of on Facebook with Rachel?
Yeah, no, he's her brother. Brother, definite brother, for sure, brother.
Okay. Phew. Save that one.
How's
And
Garrett
lastly,
doing, though?
Who the fuck's Garrett?
That's her
Lastly,
lover.
the squad would not be complete without our enforcer in the paint, Matt Geiger. Matt, apparently, and now this isn't as true, but I was going to say you got into an altercation on the phone with your cable guy today. What the fuck was that guy's deal?
Dude, cable, if you don't know, is on a downslide. Do you know that you can illegally download movies and watch them on your fucking TV? Did you know that?
Right. Dream on, nerd.
You know how pissed Jim Carrey would be as your cable guy if he found that out?
Yeah.
It's a very
Seriously.
underrated comedy, too.
It's actually a really good comedy.
It
All
is
right,
a good movie. Yeah.
If you have not listened to our show before, thank you for checking us out. And if you have, then you know that we begin every show with the most important thing in any bro's life, and that is chest day. And as of this recording, it is once again Shark Week. And as this podcast has been on record multiple times, giving our love to the greatest shark movie of all time in Jaws. So we don't really want to talk about that much today, but we thought it would be appropriate to revisit some of our most loved and absolutely despised movies of all time.
Jeff, I think you mean the greatest shark movie is Deep Blue Sea 2.
I do not. Greatest movies of all time and the worst that star animals. So we put together a few lists here. And before we go around the room, we want to let the listeners know the criteria that we were given to put these together. First off, we decided, although someone might break this rule and they'll be ostracized, to exclude animated films if we could help it, because we figured that could basically be a category in and of itself. And so we put together a list of our 3 favorite movies, ranked, of course, because this is America. And then one movie where we say, fuck it, because we know it sucks, but we still love it. And another movie that we say, suck it, because it's total dog shit. So how about we just go around and each give our 3rd ranked movie first, and then we'll obviously count down to 2 and 1, and then the fuck it and suck it's. Banner, why don't you get us started? What's your 3rd ranked movie of all time starring animals, or just maybe one animal?
Babe.
Well, I guess I'll just tag team with you because that was my 3rd one as well.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And mainly because the That'll Do Pig is one of my probably top 50 quoted movie lines of all time.
Honestly, I revisited this probably 6 to 18 months ago, and it actually holds up. It's a really good movie. It's a great story. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's about a pig, but I don't know. It's just a good fucking movie.
And your boy from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, James Cromwell, is the farmer in it.
No.
Who comes around at the end to love Babe.
See, you would bring that fucking movie up.
Also, something about that movie, Babe, just jaunting along the street with that fucking upbeat score behind him gets me going in the morning.
I'll go Babe 2 if you want to go Babe. Babe 2 is good too.
You mean Babe, a Pig in the City?
Excuse me. I stand corrected.
On that note, you can shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Wipe your mouth.
Geiger, what's your 3rd ranked animal movie?
I mean, my favorite animal ever is a monkey. So everyone knows the best monkey movie ever is Duncan Checks In. Of course.
You mean Dunstan Checks In?
Yeah, whatever. That the one with Charlie from what was it? The Christmas movie, Santa Claus. That kid.
Oh,
That was,
yeah, he is in that.
Whenever his dad like runs a hotel and he has a fucking monkey in there and stuff, and a lot of shenanigans happen. I don't remember too much from it. Last time I watched it, I was in high school and I was really high, but I remember laughing a ton and eating a ton of cookies.
So does Dunstan like work for the hotel? Because I always love like how they incorporate animals into situations
He's like
where
a bellhop.
Yeah, I think he is a bellhop.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He's basically Rob Schneider from Home Alone 2.
Yeah, that's a great fucking 90s movie, though. Don't ever watch it sober. You got to be high or drunk, though. Caution.
That's a good one. All right, Cycle, let's go snake draft. Give us your third and then also your second.
Well, okay, so I had Babe as maybe my second, so we kind of mentioned that, but
God damn.
I was gonna go with the 101 Dalmatians because, you know, when I was a kid, I remember the animated movie, but then you had the first time in my life I had remembered seeing a real life movie coming from an animated movie. And, you know, we're kind of getting that now with some of the Disney movies. We're getting Lion King, we're getting Aladdin, we just had Beauty and the Beast. But this was done really early on. And I remember as a kid being like, why isn't this done with everything? I loved it.
Yo, and Cruella
you know,
de Vil was scary as shit.
Dude, Glenn Close scared the shit out of me.
Glenn Close was one of my favorite villains of all time. I mean, it's been a while since I saw that movie, so I can't say if it holds up or not. But I remember that stuck with me as a kid.
102 Dalmatians was on, I think it was Freeform. A few days ago, I watched about 5 minutes of it and had to turn it off.
Oh, good for you for making it 5 minutes in.
So I'll go with I'll make Babe my my honorable mention. My second one, I'm going to go with, this isn't a talking animal movie again, but it's going to be Free Willy.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I saw so many animal movies that I was worried we'd have some repeats. But Free Willy has the iconic scene of Willy obviously jumping over the orphan shithead kid.
Well, fuck.
And
I'll go because that's my second fucking one. Was Free Willy.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
And it was ahead of its time. I mean, it was basically if the documentary of Blackfish was made into a fiction movie, it's Free Willy.
Well, Geiger loves Free Willy because the hot
can I
chick
touch
from
on-
Point Break's in it.
Can I touch on that for a second? I won't pick Free Willy, but I still remember going into a movie theater in the summer. I was probably like 4 years old, and I was walking in there. And before, like old school movie theaters used to have, well, I guess AMC does, the movie posters outside.
Yeah.
So we're about to walk in, and I looked at the movie poster, and there's the kid with his hand in the air and the whale flying over him. And I was just looking in amazement. I remember my dad looking at that, and my mom was like, "That's the movie we're watching." My dad looked and said, "How the hell could that happen? Like, how could a whale fly over a kid? It makes no fucking sense."
Apparently, your dad wasn't familiar with Kevin Garnett's motto that anything is possible.
Anything is like it definitely very much. As a child, though, anything was possible. Now I watch it, I'm like, how the fuck? There's no fucking way he'd crash in the rocks and the kid'd be dead.
What is it, Family Guy, where he literally does crash on top of them?
Yeah.
Harsh reality check. All right, Geiger, what's your number two?
Mine is, I think that you were going to pick this, kind of, but I'm actually going to go above your head. Betty Tobin's second. Because I think the second movie is better than the first.
Very good. That's the one where they go to the cabin, right?
Yeah, and
they go to the cabin.
Girl from being raped.
Yeah.
She was not being raped, Jeff. Did you see what she was wearing? Separate conversation. But I thought it was a great sequel to an animal movie, which actually never fucking happens. That the sequel is actually good at all. But it has the girl Saint Bernard, then they have puppies and stuff. They have some of the cast come back. I can't remember the main guy's name that was in Clifford and a lot of great movies, but Betty Tobin's second. Actually a pretty stand-up movie. Fun watch.
Is it the first one or the second one where they have that hamburger eating contest at the end?
That's the second.
That's the second one because it's it's like the camp festival or whatever.
Yeah. Then I do like the second one.
A ton of fries, and then he gets in a hamburger eating contest.
Yeah.
Great fucking pick. For me, this one is going to sound crazy off the top, but March of the Penguins. And I know you're like, well, that's a documentary. Here's why I love that movie. To see the lengths that penguins will go to get penguin pussy was incredible. And narrated by Morgan Freeman. This was legit, though, one of the first documentaries I remember watching and actually being interested in it. I was probably
Jeff, I've been trying to get you on the penguin bandwagon for years.
No, that's
finally
that's puffins you're talking about.
Get out of
But
here.
to see penguins march hundreds of miles just to fuck their girlfriends was incredible. And seeing this in like 6th or 7th grade really sets you up for the chase and the pursuit of chivalry that you're about to endure for the next 10 to 15 years of your life. So March of the Penguins, one of my all-time favorite documentaries, and was really the first time that, like I said, I saw a nonfiction movie and was actually like, oh, okay, I'm somewhat interested. All right, our number 1 favorite movie starring animals of all time. Geiger, let's go to you first.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
I knew someone was going to say that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about a dolphin. It really is. I mean, I had to dig deep for that, and I even kind of thought I was going to get... I'm surprised all you guys are nodding. I thought someone was going to jump down my fucking throat. But it is all about a dolphin. The whole story is about a dolphin.
And he lives with all the fucking animals, too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of animals in it, too. But yeah, it's about a dolphin.
I will allow it. Cycly, you actually are the only person here with any sort of legal education. Should that be permitted in the court?
That is permitted. I will allow it this once.
All right. Now, Cycly, since you're already talking, what is your number 1 animal movie?
And again, this is going to be nostalgia because I think when I was thinking about this the last couple hours, it had to do with that. Homeward Bound. You know, it was...
Are you kidding me? That's the same as Banners?
Yes. You gotta be fucking shitting me.
Banner, we should hang out in real life sometime.
God.
We have a lot in common.
Right,
you know,
I've
for me,
got
it was
some
like,
backups.
I remember as a kid seeing it and, you know, the animals are talking and I was like, what? This is real. Because at that time in my life, I believed, you know, movies were real, right? Like not just documentaries. Like I thought it was actually happening. And, you know, I was like, oh my God, animals are talking. Then I didn't understand why all movies didn't have animals talking all the fucking time because why not?
Just to clarify, because the reason I love this movie was as a kid, Michael J. Fox is the voice of Chance.
Chance.
Obviously,
Bulldog,
we love-
right? Yeah.
Sally Field, and I can't remember who the other voice was.
Yeah, Sally Field is
Nobody
sass.
cares who the golden
Shadow
retriever was.
But Shadow has the emotional moment in the movie. But the
Some old
animals
fuck.
can only talk to each other, right? Like humans can't understand them.
That's
From
right.
what I remember. Yeah.
Well, the kid can because they have an emotional bond.
It's like, look
That's
who's
right.
talking.
Thank you, Geiger. Great analogy.
The baby.
All right, Banner, anything you want to add to Homeward Bound, since apparently you and Cycly just need to get married because you have the exact same interests.
We literally had all 3 the same fucking movies, right? So,
That's bodes well for our playoff game tomorrow.
I guess.
Have you rewatched Homeward Bound recently?
Geiger hates it.
No, and I don't want to.
I
Because I'm
rewatched it
scared.
on Netflix a month ago. It does not hold up, and that's the only reason.
Don't tell me that.
I just don't think you know how to rate movies, Geiger.
Okay. That could be true.
All right, well, Banner, I'm sorry that you didn't get to chime in much there, but my number 1 movie, legit, some of the hardest I've ever cried in a movie, and that's Marley and Me.
It's a really good one.
Starring Owen Wilson, Jennifer Aniston, and of course the cutest fucking lab that's ever walked the earth. If you haven't seen it, go do it, and you'll cry like a little bitch. And if you have seen it, go watch it again. You'll still cry at the end because if you're a human.
I'll just throw it out there then. Fucking Jaws is my first one. Fuck you guys.
Fine, Jurassic Park is my first one. Fuck you guys.
And I'll allow Jurassic Park.
Josh should be your first one. I was leaving that for you. We did that commentary. That is probably the best animal movie ever, actually.
It is.
It works perfectly for Shark Week. Now, the interesting part
Those will be
here.
the best ones.
What is our fuck it movie? A movie that is so bad yet so good. Banner, we'll go to you first.
George of the Jungle.
That movie is really bad.
Yeah, it's bad, dude.
Oh my god, a Brendan Fraser movie?
George of the Jungle.
Strong as he can
As he
be.
can be.
Watch out for that tree!
Tree!
Watch out for that.
Defend yourself. That's
Hey,
bad.
was George of the Jungle, like, was that just a movie or was that a TV show that, like, they spun off into? Like,
I think it was a movie first, and then they tried to do a TV show, but Brendan Fraser was not in the TV show.
That's a
Okay,
movie
I
Brendan
didn't-
Fraser was like.
I mean, it's just basically, it's like Robin Hood Men in Tights. It's like making fun of Tarzan, right? Basically is what it is.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I don't
I've
think
seen
it
it,
meant
I
to
just-
make fun of Tarzan, which makes
I think it was just
better.
a poor man's Tarzan.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just
Gotcha.
tried to revamp Tarzan, and
Alright.
it didn't work.
I'll give you this, Banner. It has a pretty fucking catchy theme song.
It
that I still-
does. Well, and here's the thing: like at that time, Brendan Fraser was red hot.
That's all he has.
You can only say that from like 93 to 94.
Thomas,
I'm a fan of Brendan Fraser.
Thomas Hayden Church is actually the villain.
The
in
bad
that,
guy,
who-
Lyle, I think is his name.
I think Leslie Bibb is
Yep.
the chick.
She is. It checks the boxes, guys. It's fun. It's funny. It's really all I need.
All right, I'll give it to you. Cycly, what do you got? Your fucking movie.
God, I mean, I'm just gonna go with Air Bud. It fucking sucks, but you know what? Yeah, it just has so much there to make fun of, and you enjoy it because it's so bad. We did a commentary. You guys should go check it out because we ripped this movie apart. But shit,
I will
you
never
know,
watch
we
that
were
again.
kids when it came out. No,
I
it was
think-
bad. It was.
I think
bad.
the really disappointing part in rewatching it is how little of it is actually Air Bud playing basketball. Like, I
Yeah,
remembered
what
it
is
way.
that?
Yeah, I don't go there to watch the actual fucking Timberwolves and by the Timberwolves I mean the 7th grade team that the kid was on. Geiger, what's your fucking movie?
Flipper.
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right.
Thought about that.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I hate Elijah Wood. I really do.
Like, as a
But
person,
just as
Just in
an actor,
general.
he owes
never
me
been
20
in
bucks.
anything where I'm like, oh, Elijah Wood actually did decent in this. But you know what? Fuck me, dude. Every time Paul Hogan comes on the screen, I just yell at my wife. I'm like, hey, let's go visit your sister in Destin, Florida, because I just want to be around white sand and drink and talk an Australian accent. And that movie is set in the Florida Keys. It's actually kind of well directed. But I'll watch. There's like probably 10 scenes in the movie. There's 5 of them that are actually kind of okay.
How do you even remember that movie?
Flipper?
Yeah,
do you-
I forgot that existed.
How do you forget it? For me, mine is one that is so bad. It's like not quite Sharknado bad, but it's really bad and fun, and that's Piranha 3D.
Yep.
This is a movie where piranhas somehow swim through the pipes at a water park and take over and start killing everyone. And there is a scene in Piranha 3D where Ving Rhames, who has a prosthetic leg in the movie, takes off the leg to reveal that it is a shotgun that he is going to use to fight off the piranhas that are invading the theme park.
I haven't
It happened in Skyscraper.
It should have happened in Skyscraper. I said
Yeah.
it before, and I'll say it again.
If that didn't sell you on the movie, you're fucking dead inside. All right, our Suck It movie. So this is the movie that is so bad that it needs to suck it. And
You
go
know,
the fuck
if it's so bad that the Broforce Squad won't even watch it, you know it's a bad movie.
Yeah. I'll go first on this one because I don't have much to say about it, but it's Ed in 1996, starring Matt LeBlanc from Friends and a fucking chimpanzee. And I'll read you the description if you aren't familiar with it. A trained chimpanzee plays third base for a minor league baseball team. Because a major league baseball team, that would be unrealistic. This was Matt LeBlanc, us realizing, oh, you're never going to do anything outside of Friends, are you? Don't ever watch this movie. I saw it once as a kid, and even as a kid, I was like, this is stupid as hell.
Now I really want to watch it.
Yeah, you kind of sold me on it now.
God damn. Banner, what's your Suck It movie?
Mine is Cats and Dogs.
Oh yeah.
You guys
That is a
remember
bad
that one? It's really fucking bad. Basically, cats and dogs are in a war with each other over the humans, and they have like every pet dog is like an FBI agent, and they go to the doghouse to, I don't know, do FBI agent, secret agent things. It's really fucking bad. Like, even at like 6-year-old Brian Banner was like, wow, this is really fucking bad.
I think Tobey Maguire is the lead voice in it.
Yeah, he's the dog, which is a really cute dog. It's a beagle, but
Yeah.
that's about all it has going for it.
I forgot about that movie.
It's a fucking bad one. Congratulations for forgetting about it because it's seared into my brain forever.
Geiger, what do you got?
Mine actually came out in the year 2000. And actually, if you read scripture, Jesus was supposed to come back once the new millennium hit. But he saw this movie and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going back up there. And it's called My Dog Skip. That movie fucking sucks.
Frankie Muniz fucking
yes.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke Wilson's in it because he
Yeah.
comes back from war and he's just like, I don't know, man, I've seen too much and I don't know if I'm the same guy.
That's the
And
one
then
where
he's-
the dog gets
it's
hit
like,
by
I
a
got a
car
dog.
and they put ketchup on it or something in it.
It's terrible. Like
Banner, no spoilers for My Dog Skip.
I think we I don't know if we didn't all go to the same middle school, but Shiloh was a book that we were supposed to read.
I love Shiloh. Yeah.
Shiloh is actually a good book. I think it was kind of taken off that, but that movie fucking blows. It's fucking terrible.
And Frankie Muniz, I just hate. He's my version of your Elijah Wood.
Well, actually, Frankie Muniz then was like coming off Malcolm in the Middle. Was like, this kid might be a TV star. Then after that, it's like, okay, just go do Disney Channel movies. Miracle in Lane 3, remember that one?
Yeah,
No,
he
good.
did that, and then didn't he do Agent Cody Banks? Wasn't that him too?
Yeah, and then he did
Yeah.
some movie with Paul Giamatti, like.
But Lizzie McGuire was in that, wasn't she?
Wanna tap,
I
yeah.
think so.
All right, Cycly, what's your suck at animal movie?
So, gonna get mad at me here. My suck it is also Air Bud. 'Cause,
Makes
No.
no sense.
rewatch it
I like it.
and take out the nostalgia from the 90s. Rewatch it with us. We did a commentary. It fucking blows. It is a piece of shit movie, and it killed my childhood. But it's terrible with no redeeming quality. Fuck Air Bud.
Yeah. It gets like really morose. I'm like, I just want to see the dog wear gym shoes and nose the ball in the hoop.
You're like the guy at the
Yeah,
bar
that's
that's
all we
like, I
came to
really
see.
like my girlfriend, and then 2 minutes later, she's a fucking whore. I need to get rid of her.
Yeah,
So
we've all been doing
Exactly what he's like. All right, guys, I think that was therapeutic for us. I think we got a
I feel
lot.
better.
If
Maybe
you have
we
any
should
good,
do some more prep and like not have the same fucking movies next time.
I know. So the people at home
Ryan,
are
we
probably
did
like,
text each other before.
Yeah.
the people at home are probably like, what the fuck? How did two of you have the exact same list? We thought it would be more fun to not know what each other's lists are, but apparently we can't handle that responsibility and excitement.
And if you're
If you
still
have-
with us, comment below if you're not high or drunk, because
You're not doing it
that's-
right.
That was a list right there that you got to be ready for.
And tweet at us at Bro4 Squad any that we missed or any huge disagreements you have with the ones on our list, because that will probably definitely be a thing. All right, the next portion of our show is our protein shake segment. We're going to do a little variation on this today. We're just going to go around and tell the people what we've watched the past week or 2 weeks that we want to talk about, because I thought this could be pretty fun. I've heard some other podcasts do this, and we all have, as Geiger was saying, illegal ways to acquire movies, so maybe we're able to view some things that aren't actually airing on cable. Banner, we'll go to you first. Tell the people what's in your cup, aka what did you watch this past week that you want to talk about, good or bad?
So this past week, what I've been drinking is I actually watched in I think 48 hours. I watched the entire third season of Last Chance U. If you're not familiar,
You're sick, dude.
no, it's disgusting. If you're not familiar with the show, quick
And he
recap.
has a job, people at home. Like, he works a 9 to 5.
I'm
You know
on
he
episode
watches
3, so be
Netflix
careful.
at work, though.
It's guys. No, I don't. Never. Only on my lunch break. If you guys aren't familiar with the show, basically it follows around a couple of JUCO schools, or each season is focused on a JUCO school, and it's about kids who maybe didn't get into a D1 school playing football, or were at a D1 school and were basically did things that we do, but got kicked off the football team. And they're trying to make it back. This season follows the Independence, Kansas Community College school, and just talks about yeah, they're great people.
I'm from Missouri, and I don't even know where the fuck that's at.
Yeah.
I have no clue where Independence, Kansas.
It's actually
is
about an hour and a half north of where I currently live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and
Shit, people are coming for us now.
I know. More or less, they didn't have a football program, or they haven't won in like 40 years, and then they follow them because they're winning, because they abolished racist laws in Kansas, and so now they can recruit more than like 5 people. But it's real interesting just seeing people, their fall, and how you're these great high school kids, but then you get to college and you're nothing, and having to actually work for something. It's quite interesting. And then they do a recap of the previous seasons, which, spoiler alert, one of the guys killed somebody and is now in jail. It's real interesting. It's kind of like a Dateline movie of seeing where he's at now.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Did you have time to watch anything else, or since that only took 48 hours?
Yeah, I actually also watched Lost in Space, which is a quick 8-episode.
Jesus
You watch your
So not
baby?
even the movie, but the show?
No.
It's 8
Well, I watched the movie afterwards.
Yeah.
Speaking of LeBlanc, he's in that too. The remake of it. William Hurt as well. But yeah, that's a really good movie, or a really good show. If you guys are looking for a little sci-fi, you should guys watch Lost in Space. Very well done.
Interesting.
You want to know what else
Geiger.
I've been watching?
I don't. Why don't you tell us?
Go ahead, Geiger.
No? Okay. Geiger, what have you? What's in your cup? What do you watch this week?
Actually, in my cup, I actually watched this before I got on Pod. And this isn't on Netflix, not on HBO. You're gonna have to dig deep for this, probably on some illegal streaming app. Some of you guys might not have even seen this. 1991, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, starring Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson. One of my dad's favorite movies. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I love music videos, my movies. First scene is Mickey Rourke. It's a young Mickey Rourke, too, before he got all the plastic surgery. Like, fucking ripped as shit. Great-looking Mickey Rourke. Just got done fucking a chick. He's Harley Davidson, gets on his Harley. Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive, is fucking playing while he's driving to California to find Don Johnson, the Marlboro Man. It's set into futuristic times, and basically they just find these like futuristic guys that are trying to steal them from the bank and kick their ass. It's the stupidest fucking 90s movie you've ever seen, but it's really fun to drink a beer to and watch. You should go check it out.
That sounds like the most fucking bro movie that's ever been.
Have any of you guys ever seen that?
No, I have not.
Banner?
No, I haven't.
Go watch it.
I'm gonna have to
I
check
was
that
hoping
out.
whenever it's like my dad's favorite movie, and every time I watch it, I'm like, dude, this is a bitchin' movie. It's young Mickey Rourke, young Don Johnson, like he's fresh off Miami Vice. Mickey
God
Rourke is
damn it.
fresh off Diner and Barfly and all those movies. It's fucking great.
What's it
Great
called
movie.
again?
Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
I just feel like that the title of that movie says any minorities should not watch this movie.
No, it's just for white dudes. Like it's just for white guys.
Yeah, it just seems like.
And I actually had to click, like, you know, when it says, "Are you 21 or older?" It said, "Are you white?" I said, "Yes," and then it started
Yeah.
playing. If I said no, I guarantee you my TV would just blow up.
They know, and you can't lie on those things. All right, well, that's a deep cut. We'll have to check that out. Anything else for you, Geiger?
I watched Devil's Rejects the other night. It still holds up. I mean, I wasn't high or drunk like I was in college, but it was really fucked up. It was more fucked up when I was sober, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah,
Great soundtrack. Probably the best soundtrack ever in a movie.
I don't think I could rewatch that or House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie back then was just like did not give a fuck.
You think
It's
Rob
just-
Zombie gives a fuck now?
No, that's true, but somehow
He's really matured.
Yeah, but this was before he was actually taking like more actual studio money to do like a Halloween, and he was like, I don't even care. All right, Cycly, what's in your cup? What have you watched past week? Plus?
So I'm just gonna say this. Okay, I like depth. I like stuff with you have to think about. Movies and shows have layers to it. But you know what? Just because something is confusing doesn't mean it's smart. And I'm going to talk about two things here.
Are you taking
Shape of
Airbud
Water.
again?
Airbud. Airbud
Sorry.
it works with everything. No. So Shape of Water, first of all, one fucking best movie, and also the second season of Westworld. I recently watched
No
both of
spoilers.
these.
I haven't seen Westworld.
No spoilers, but all I have to say is just because something is confusing or you don't understand doesn't make it brilliant and doesn't make it good. I love things that are confusing and have to figure out. But both of these movies or The Shape of Water, people like to act like there's something so deep because, oh, you don't get it? Well, that's because you're not smart. No, it's a fucking stupid movie. I get it. Westworld 2, look, just because the writers don't know what the fuck is happening and nothing makes sense doesn't mean it's smart. It's not. They literally just threw shit on the wall and came up with something. Doesn't make it good. That's all I'm going to say to that. I won't spoil anything. Both of those movies, shows, just because it's confusing, not smart.
And just to clarify, you watch Shape of Water on a plane, correct? Where I tend to give movies more the benefit of the doubt because I just want to be distracted.
Yeah, I was on a 12-hour plane ride, and I was like, hey, this movie won Best Movie. I'm really excited about it. 2 hours later, I was literally hoping anyone else was also watching it because I'm looking around the airplane with my hands in the air in utter confusion saying, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, I once watched Independence Day Resurgence on a plane, and I somehow got through it. So that shows you my.
Yeah, but that didn't win Best Movie. That's what pisses me off.
Well, it should have.
It should have.
All right. For me, the past week, I actually was trying to catch up because I want to go see Mission Impossible Fallout. So I rewatched. Well, not rewatched. I actually watched for the first time Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. And I'll say this. Geiger and I have said this about a lot of actors on this show. Tom Cruise, Would I ever in a million years want to have dinner with him, have a beer with him, meet him in person? Absolutely the fuck not. Do I find his movies entertaining as hell? Yes, absolutely. I know he's a psycho. I know he's a very weird person, and I know that he's kind of gone away from like the actual character-driven roles like he did in the mid to late 90s. But this dude just captivates me on screen. And you add Jeremy Renner in, I'm going to miss him in Fallout because I know he couldn't do it because of Avengers. But, dude, I'm fucking all in on the Mission Impossible movies right now. I don't know what it is, but these things got me jacked up, and I'm ready to go see Fallout in theaters. One other thing that I watched today for 30 minutes in the waiting room at the doctor's office, the first National Treasure was on.
Dude, I fucking love the National Treasure movies.
When they came out for my appointment, they were like, all right, Mr. Hornacek, we're ready to see you. I was like, we're going to have to hold on because we're about to fucking steal the Declaration of Independence. So, take the next guy. He's bleeding out anyway. So I only watched 30 minutes of it, but it was like the end scene. I actually forgot that Ed Harris is the villain in the first one.
Yeah.
He's always a villain.
And they should.
By the way, how are your aids, did the doctor say?
Test inconclusive. So he said come back next week. So we'll see if it goes. Hopefully they have. What's the?
Hey man, if Magic can beat him, you can too.
Absolutely. What's he got that I don't? Besides a couple $1 million.
True.
All right. Before we move on to the last segment of our show, Banner, did you have a question that you wanted to ask us?
Do you even lift?
You sound like a shape of water creature right now.
He does. Orgasming. And that brings us to our Do You Even Lift Bruh segment, which is our question and answer segment where we dig up questions from around the internet and answer them on our show. We only have 2 today. Our first one comes to us from Jermaine Brown at HighPoint33, who says, since Joaquin Phoenix is officially the Joker, that's loud. Banner, shut the fuck up.
I'm dying.
Literally dying.
We'll die away from the microphone when we're reading Jermaine's question.
My bad, Jermaine.
He says, since Joaquin Phoenix is officially the Joker, I think he will do a better job than Heath Ledger did on The Dark Knight. Banner's actually going to die.
Can I take this one?
He's trying to do the Joker alive.
Ledger choking Banner right now because that's the craziest fucking question I've ever heard. There's no fucking way that. First off, Joaquin Phoenix.
Banner, figure it out, dude.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
Leave the room if you have to.
Joaquin Phoenix has had one movie, man. I will give you that he played Johnny Cash really well. I will give you that. I mean, in Gladiator, sure. I mean, he was a good third person.
No, he's incredible in Gladiator.
He's fine.
He's better than Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
He's not better than Russell Crowe.
He's not better than Russell Crowe.
Banner, you're dead. You lost.
Though, but I can name you 10 other actors that could have played his role. He did very well in Johnny Cash. I love Johnny Cash. I'm a big music fan. I will tip my hat to that, but he has made his career off Walk the Line. Other than that, he sucks. He does stupid-ass fucking movies where he has sex with a phone, and he's not going to be that fucking good as the Joker.
I'm pretty sure it was headphones.
I thought the only reason we were doing this movie is because Scorsese was linked to it. I know he wasn't directing it, but he's producing it, so we get Leo. Why the fuck are we getting him? There's no way he'll even come close to doing what Heath did. No fucking way. No fucking way.
Interesting. Cycling.
So I agree and I disagree. I disagree in the sense of I actually think Joaquin Phoenix is an amazing actor. I think in almost every movie he's been in has been he's just nailed it. Whether he's being, crazy off the wall when everyone doesn't know if he's actually making life choices or creating a character. But I thought he was amazing in Her and Gladiator and Signs and any movie he's been in. I actually thought he did a great job, especially Walk the Line. But at the same time, there's no way anyone can do as good a job that Heath Ledger did. So I agree with him there. Like Heath Ledger to this day will always be the greatest performance in terms of like a villain role, especially with the Joker. There's nothing that can beat it. Like maybe something can come close, but I can't imagine doing that role better. So I think Joaquin Phoenix is a talented actor and he'll do fine, but he won't be Heath Ledger.
Jermaine, this is an interesting question because I agree with Cycly, but I also think that the Heath Ledger Joker role is probably the second best performance I've ever seen in a movie, second to Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. But also, how crazy is this to think about, guys? In a year and a half's time, Jared Leto might have given us the fourth, or maybe, depending how much you love Mark Hamill, the fifth best Joker performance that we've ever seen. That's kind of crazy to think about, because he'll be behind he'll be behind Heath, probably behind Jack for a lot of people, and then potentially behind what?
Definitely behind Jack.
Yeah,
right.
for
I'm
sure.
just saying, and then potentially behind Joaquin Phoenix. So Jared Leto, Academy Award-winning actor, may be the fourth best Joker performance in a year and a half's time when this movie comes out. Banner, are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm alive, and I've got one quick thing to say. Is I don't think this is a fair question because I don't think you can compare them, because Heath's Joker and that portrayal of the Joker is not the same character or the same portrayal of any other Joker that we've ever gotten and probably will ever get. So I don't think it's a fair question. I think he'll do fine, but you can't compare the two. It's like comparing oranges to blood oranges.
Well, since we haven't seen the movie yet, I mean, I'm assuming it's Scorsese, so it probably will be closer to the.
Well, it's more of an
gritty
origin
crime
story.
genre.
I don't even think he'll have the makeup on.
Yeah.
Right? So it'll be more of a gangster film. I hate when people say that, oh, Heath Ledger's Joker isn't really it's like the comics more than you think. He's not maybe doing organized crime. He's just kind of out on his own, more, kind of terrorist Joker, but he's a Joker. He definitely is. He played him very well.
He's just a dog chasing cars.
So great.
All right. Our last question, a very serious one to close with, from Luis A. Rivera. I think we've had him on the pod before. Thanks for the question, Luis. At shit, which is an incredible Twitter handle. And he says, if Space Jam 2 does come out, do you see Jordan in a small role? Now, Cycly, we'll go to you first. As someone who's analyzed the Toon Squad v. Monstars game on film probably more times than any of us combined, obviously LeBron James rumored to star in a Space Jam sequel. Do you think we would get a Jordan cameo? And then how pumped would you be for that movie?
I don't think you can do it without getting a Jordan cameo, at least in a small bit, and I will be pumped. Now, I love, and not just because it's the Space Jam, but I actually love the Looney Tunes. I mean, since I was a kid. We don't get enough of the Looney Tunes, in my opinion. So, but I pictured Michael Jordan either being coming in at the very end and providing a speech, or coming off the bench, even a la Bill Murray in the very last second of the game. Something like that. But I don't think you can have Space Jam without Michael Jordan in some fashion. I mean, what else is the guy doing other than crying at speeches? I mean, that's it.
Well, let's hope for the Toon Squad's chance of winning that he's not the owner of the fucking team.
I think he'll own the Monstars, maybe.
Geiger.
Who's starring in it?
Supposedly LeBron James.
Well, if LeBron's starring in it, Jordan will definitely
Bugs
be in it.
Bunny is the star, Jeff.
Well, once
True.
Once LeBron gets on the team, he'll go to the Looney Tunes front office and say, I want Porky, Taz, and Daffy traded for Mickey Mouse, Jordan, and
James Jones. Or Mike Miller.
and Damon Jones. So he'll trade half the team to get his boys in there and people that can help him get a ring. So yeah, it'll probably be Jordan, it'll be Mickey Mouse, and it'll be Free Willy, probably.
I'll tell you this, Foghorn Leghorn and Anderson Varejao are going to have a battle for minutes at that center position.
Oh, Jesus. Varejao is just praying to be the guy that whips the towel on the bench and holds people back.
Banner, any thoughts?
Yeah, Bill Murray is the cameo that I want in this. I think Jordan wants to be as far away from this shit as possible. I think he's done. I think he's perfectly fine betting $60 or $60,000 a pop.
Oh my God, Jordan would so bet on the next Toon Squad.
Look, he's taking the Toon Squad straight up, but he's also taking the Monstars with the points.
Yeah, you have to parlay that.
Wouldn't it be awesome that if the Monstars, instead of since it's a new generation, they're stealing their talent, would be stealing Embiid's way to Twitter, and then Dwayne Wade's way to Me Too reporters. That's what they stole instead of their actual basketball talent. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be really cool, man.
That would be the cool.
On that
By the way,
note,
Brian, I don't think Bill Murray's going to do it because he also said that Space Jam was like his biggest regret and he hates that movie.
yeah, has he not seen the 2 Garfield movies that he fucking did?
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah.
He said it's the worst
Look,
movie
I
he's
don't
ever
I
done.
don't know what movies he's seen himself do, but I can think of probably 3 or 4 that are worse than Space Jam.
I just
Oh,
named
I agree. He just hates it.
those 2 and Charlie's Angels.
What if
All
the
right.
Monstars took Gilbert Arenas' gun?
No, you can't. Like as a power, they just stole his fucking gun. All right. On that note, we have been the Bro Force Squad podcast. For the enforcer in the paint, Matt Geiger, our legal counsel Ronnie Cycli, and the mad scientist Brian Banner. I'm the mayor Jeff Hornacek. Thank you guys for checking us out. Give us a follow on Twitter at Bro4 Squad. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Bro4 Squad, 3 words. And check out everything that we're doing on our website at bro4squad.com. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Yo,
Does
Frankie
that mean-
Muniz probably needs money, so he's probably doing porn right now, right?
Do you think Javaris Crittenton would be like on the Monstars then? Like, go get my gun back.
I just hope Kevin Durant's on the Monstars and then like literally shifts teams at
Oh my
halftime.
god, that would be fucking so great. Yeah, like the Toon Squad wins, and then like he ends up in the locker room celebrating, like, I'm with you guys now. Like, no, you
Like,
can't.
wait, what?
I'm part of this.
I think we all played our role, you know?
I'm just
not-
excited to see Lola, man. Lola's, as long as she kept her body, you know.
I hope
She
the
popped a couple kids out, but she's been doing CrossFit.
I hope the Monstars are up 3-1 and Kevin Durant's on the team and they lose, and then he goes and joins the Toon Squad.
That's how the movie starts.
Are the Monstars just the Warriors?
It should
That's
be.
what we're gonna ask.
Yeah, I
It's just
forgot that.
Golden State Warriors.